Hello and welcome to the ARMA Team League Season 3, Week 8. Sorry, Top 8, Week 2. Good evening, my name is Veggie, with you here once again. I will be joined in short order by Jaffa, but he is just running a little bit late today. But we'll go through the intro while we wait for him to get here. So, going into the second week, we have 4 games remaining to play. So each team is playing another set of 4 games each. That's not the right one. Here we are. So, right now, yeah, as we sort of touched on, me and Korak towards the end of last week, Unistar Fan Club and Urasan, they have a lot of work to do. Obviously, with Mahjong, almost anything is possible. You know, these huge point deficits can be made up, you know, depending on the correct conditions being met, but they do have a lot of work to do. So if Urasan and Unistar Fan Club do want to have any chance at making top 4, they will need to have very strong finishes here and probably have, like, the teams in top 4, pretty much everyone above them just needs to have horrible games. So we'll see what they have to offer. Tonight we will be watching the 2 right tables. So that is, if I pull this up here. So for table 1 we'll have Ron Devil Ron, Tao Dreaming, Eramegasaurus and Urasan. And then game 2, Ron Devil Ron, Tanya Sensation, Tao Dreaming and Itsu Anko. So 2 wonderful matches. I mean, everyone in the top 8 is just they're all absolutely amazing players. So it'll be very exciting to see what they have to offer. Right now the cutoff is sitting at 269.3 points, so that'll be what teams will want to be starting to try and get towards. Obviously that'll shift after every Hanchan, so it could go up, it could go down. Right now Tall Dreaming, Eramegasaurus, they're both basically within a first of getting there, you know, depending on how other games go and other positions fall. I mean, definitely Tall Dreaming, Eramegasaurus, they are a little bit behind. That's what, 100 points, but you know, let's say they get a positive 50 and then Tanya Sensation takes a negative 50, then there you go, you know. That's, you know, the point difference made up. Looks like the games, or the right table is underway. So we'll be starting on time for that. So we'll be seeing them in about 3 minutes. Oh, hello, Jaffa.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good. Have you started yet?
Yeah, just started. Just going through the standings and everything. No, let me pop up the stream, sorry. Which window? There it is. Go on, there it is. So yeah, just going through the point situation. Urasan and Unistar Fan Club, a lot of work left to do. Eramegasaurus will be looking for strong firsts, or you know, not the most amazing first, but you know, good firsts to try and make it up, as they got 100 points to make up in the next 4 Hanchans. Any real thoughts on the point situation?
Yeah, as you said, Urasan and Unistar will basically, there are 4 Hanchans left. So theoretically, 4 firsts is enough if they hit the right teams to sort of put them into 3rd or 4th. Eramegasaurus doesn't need as tough. They probably need to end with at least 250-ish points.
Yep.
But within like 4 Hanchans, it's doable.
It's doable, yeah.
They need to, but they need these 4 Hanchans to basically finish either 1st or 2nd. 4 seconds might not be enough unless the other teams take a big 4th and lose a bunch of points.
Yeah, that's more or less what I'm thinking here. You do need the teams above them to also just have, you know, not good games, so
yeah, it will be interesting to see like how strategic they are about like targeting teams. For example, like AU and SW Wanderers are in a very strong position right now, and in fact, it's in like a really strong position so that other teams might not actually gain that much if they target them.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, because they're so far
need
ahead.
to-
Yeah.
yeah, which are kind of allows them to get like free reign in certain ways where they kind of don't care so much what happens, and even if they take a bunch of forts, they're still those points that they lose get halved in a way. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we'll have to see exactly how strats develop. But for today, we will be looking at Urasan, who is in 7th. So that is played here by Forte, who does have the first dealership. Tudora looks like a Cheetoy hand. What do you think? Although it can be transitioned to something more normal.
I think sort of both open. It's not really a hand you can open with unless you get some really good pawns. Like if you can pawn Dora, you could even like force Tanya. Oh, sorry, not Tanya. Toy Toy here, or Tanya if you really want to. It's actually not that far from a Tanya hand. But if you can't pawn the 3-pin, which seems unlikely, it's hard to imagine.
Yeah,
I think
FSZ has got two.
FSZ will cut them. You'll probably have to either hope to get an Unko, force a Tanyao, or Cheetoy. This is okay.
So yeah, we got a couple interesting hands right off the bat here. Ruriel's got some very nice shapes.
They're Isham 10 at the moment.
Yep.
With a 6, 7, 8 Sanchoku chance.
Yes.
Ooh.
And Forte's hand is improving. They've got got some nice draws that they can open up now, and
yeah, so they're going for that Tanyao. They're Isham 10 at the moment.
And AKTK sat for a long time on the Arca 5 man, ending up choosing to cut it. Just going for some nicer shapes, I guess.
Yeah, there's a risk that you just have to cut it late, and then that might deal in. So he kind of is probably happy enough with Rishi Pinfu, and also I think he wants to kind of keep Cheetoy open.
That's what I was thinking as well. Yeah.
If he draws one more pair, he'll be Ishanten for Cheetoy. I'm not sure if you like take it. Ooh.
Sanshoku is
so Ruriel gets the good side of their Ryunden for the Sanshoku. They are waiting on the Dora, which is dead.
Yep. It's dead, and with this pond, it's not going to be likely to come out from either player, I think.
No, there is. I guess if FZ draws the 4-pin, there's the chance they might deal it in, but I suspect they might just they might just work around it instead. Especially with this shape, if they connect the 7-man. Ooh.
Oh, it might actually come out because of the 6 pins. He avoids it for now, but
He avoids it for now. Is now waiting on the Dhamma 3-pin, 6-pin, and it just came out, so players might find it safe. 9-man is safe. So also, while talking, Forte gets to Tenpai waiting on the 4, so there are still 3 left in the wall.
Oh wow, yeah. It's actually not too bad of a chance for him.
Ooh. What does it FZ do?
It's East 1. I wouldn't be surprised if some sort of a push happens from FSZ here.
The problem is he might cut the 4, so because it might look safer than the 7. So
yeah.
Dodges it.
That's an insane dodge.
And gets rewarded. Pin Fedora 2.
Yeah, no, the 4 was looking a little bit nicer because the 1 serve was in the pond.
Yeah, so you see like the 1 serve has been cut, and there's also like, so in a way the 1 as you say 4 serve looks safer than the 7 serve.
That's a good fight.
I don't know what kind of reads he was doing to decide that 7 serve was better this paid off.
Yeah, so a nice pin Fedora 2 for them, and now they have dealership here. A lot of pairs. Was that 4 pairs? 4 pairs.
4 pairs. Very
4 pairs and 2 Dora.
And 2 Dora, yeah. For this, I would sort of be looking at like a cheat toy.
If you draw into another pair, you're definitely going cheat toy for sure. And I mean, these shapes, that's a little bit awkward.
Yeah, it's not something you can really, without some luck, closed. And you can't, it's hard to open unless you can call some really nice tiles and force a toy.
AKTK opposite us. Good hand as well. Very good acceptance of most tiles, I feel.
Yeah, they've got some nice shapes. Still a little bit far from Tempai. Still have a few floaters they need to connect.
That's a great 6
Probably keeping that 2-man to try and get a Dora to stick to it.
Yeah, if you draw a Dora, then that's great.
Yeah, so they cut their safety tile, I guess, the Haku, to try and increase their hands.
Reverial also, what, 2 Shanten?
Yeah, they've also... yeah, 2 Shanten from a regular hand. As said, decided not to pursue the Shitoi. They found an anchor of their shafts, and now they think maybe a regular hand would be faster.
You could go into an Itsu Dora 2 here. With the Sharas.
Yeah. It's a bit far away, but
it's a little, yeah.
If they can call for Tempai, it might end up being faster. AKTK improving their shapes, cutting the 2-man, so they probably have enough value even without Dora.
Yeah.
Nice draw for Forte, but they're still a bit behind in terms of this.
Yeah, the 1357 Pinzu shape is a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, it's like their draws haven't been spectacular, so they've kind of just been forced to keep it as like a shape. But I think normally you kind of want to cut the 1 pin, see force Tanya.
Look at TK, yeah.
Shanten still cuts the 6 pin, so foregoing the kind of, I guess, Sunmin Chan maybe shape to confirm their pair and just have an Ipeiko chance.
Yeah, they've got a pretty wide Shanten now.
Ooh, Ruriel decides to keep Ishanten for Chitoi.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
The back 5 FZ.
Yeah, well.
You drew another bear. Would they cut 3-man to go for the Menhot? That's a bit much, yeah.
So now, Yeffa said, yeah, now he's also Ishanten for Chitoi.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Yeah, so I think that's AKTK Sakigiri for 7-man.
Yeah. And there's the Dora draw, that's unfortunate.
There was a Dora, I think he has to cut this.
Yeah. The weight's too good for AKTK.
Yeah, and like you said, got Chitoi.
Chitoi Tempai.
Chitoi Tempai. Dama on the 6-man. Tempai for AKTK rating on 5-8 though. For Tanya Dora.
So
Tempai for Forte waiting on the 3-pin 5 so
what an action. I've said twice live, 3-pin once live.
F said switches his weight to the Shun. Unfortunately, AKTK wins this one.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately for him, I'm sure AKTK is.
Absolutely, pretty cheap. I mean, it's a small win, but you take it. You go into your dealership now. You've already got a little bit of a point gain.
Yeah, I think if you wait to try and complete that hand close, you might just like fall behind.
Yeah, and he would have at that point. You know, if we did have 3 Tempires on the table with 1 Ishanten.
You take that risk if you like hold out the maximum value.
Yep.
Sometimes 2k is worth more than 2k.
Yeah, exactly. So going around the table here real quick. So yeah, AKTK, our dealer, Some pretty good shapes now with that Forcer. Epeko, Chance, Doras, around as well. Ruriel. Pair of the Ton is nice. Dora connected to a 6-0.
You have 2 Dora.
Yeah.
So, very solid hand.
Wonder if they'll end up cutting the 9-8 man Penchan. I mean, it depends on what they draw, obviously.
Yeah, they still. I don't sure like when they when it's a good time to kind of.
Yeah, like when do you make that decision?
When you cut these Penchan.
And Forte, couple completed Rianmans already.
Okay.
But not much value.
Yeah, or they have a chance for the 1, 2, 3 Sanshaku. So if they draw the 3-pin, it's like Pinfu, Richi Pinfu, Dora, possible Sanshaku.
Yeah.
That's probably why that 2-pin cut came out. And if they draw like say 4-man, or they probably just but a 9-man, they can think about like trying to go for Itsu instead.
Yeah.
But no, they're just keeping the Chun for safety, keeping the Sanshaku. And
lastly, FS said Ishanten also hanging 5-so for now, but Itsu shots as well.
Yeah, it is a bit risky keeping that 5-so. We see AKTK pairs up the Dora. Ishanten, but FS gets there faster.
Just going for a Richi Pinfu. Yeah.
Richi Pinfu. Oh no, not Pinfu.
Oh no, not Pinfu. That's Richi Nami in it. You're right. Sorry.
I'm waiting on the 8-5 pin. Still 5 left in the wall.
Yeah, very live. And yeah, here's AKTK now.
AKTK Ishan improves his Ishanten, but he is free 10 on the 4-man.
Yes.
I think. And the other 4-mans are stuck in FZ's hand.
Yes.
Ooh. 6-man maybe?
Yep.
Yeah, 6-man. Ooh. Forte can call this and wait Atazuke on the...
It's not bad, the 6-pin's Nakasuji.
Yeah.
But yeah, you are Atazuke on the 1-man. But the 1-man is
good, yeah.
4 on the wall.
4 on the wall. There's no risk of drawing the to be for return, so. But it is just a like another 2k hand.
Yeah.
He sees like 0 door. Or he sees 1 door.
Wrong.
The 8-pin comes, I did a Richinami, 1 Ura.
Yeah, I think AKTK was like, his hand was just too good to not push.
Yeah, no. This is a shame he wasn't able to find a Tempai earlier. So South East 4 rather. Oh, I've got. Oh no, we're good. I thought my mouse was over the screen. Sorry. So what we got here? So we have the Chundora 2 in Forte's hand along with a pair of Hatsu.
Yeah, so that's an easy monk right there.
Yeah. Very, very good hand for Forte. Yeah, our dealer Burial, not too great.
Yeah, it looks quite cheap. They've got a few Rianmen, but the rest of their shapes aren't very impressive.
Okay. FSZ opposite, much nicer shapes.
Much nicer shapes. Sort of looking like a Richi pin, possibly Richi Nami.
Yeah.
Forte attacks.
Yeah.
They are up to. You can't always rely on being able to pond that Chun, but if they don't get another one or another door, it will just be like 3-9. Or
yeah, or so 1 Haku already out, obviously.
1 Haku out. Chun won't be easy to get, but none of the other players can use it. So if they are close to Tempai, they may just cut it. Really nice draw for Ruriel.
So the challenge is for Forte here, I feel. So if you pawn the Chun, the Haku will never come from anybody else. And if you pawn the Haku, no one's ever throwing Chun.
No. Well, no, yeah.
Yeah. Like,
yeah. I think keeping the Haku there is also fine, though. Paradox. Like,
yeah.
Shosangan Dora 2.
Shosangan would be nice, yeah.
You have like two Yaku High and Shosangan and 2 Dora. And yeah, you kind of like have two. You can't use all those other shapes. You had a pair 5 pin, pair 8 pin. You can't really use both, or you'd have to cut like the torso. So I think it's okay to cut one of them. Just keep the dream alive.
Yeah. So FZ the Tempai Richie on a 4/7 so weight, which is one of each left in the wall.
Yeah. And 4 so will of course get head bumped by Forte.
Yes.
One of Forte's weights gets chewed up, but there is still one in the wall, so it's what, 2 versus 2?
2 versus 2, correct? Yeah, and that's gonna come. There's no way.
Oh, unfortunate for Forte.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Like the only saving grace might be if he throws the 8-so and then he can push the 6 pin. You've upgraded to a toy, but I mean.
At that point, you kind of like. Yeah, and the last trim was in the dead form. Yeah, if you do that, you're kind of just losing the opportunity to win.
Yeah.
When like your weight comes out.
All right, so South, Forte with the dealership, and what do you think of this hyper?
I think it's amazing. It can be a bit tricky though, because yeah, I think you go for the Yakuhai Hanchans here, possibly Toy if you're lucky.
Yep.
It's actually a little tricky though, because you have 2 Ankos in your hand like that. How much do you want to kind of like mess around with them? Like, yeah, you could pawn like the 3-so and then you have like a nice rearmament, but it does make it a bit harder to connect those up so soon because you're blocking off a lot of it yourself.
Yeah, no, exactly. And then yeah, you're gonna get this choice here.
I think this is fine. Like Honitz is worth 2 Han, Dora's worth 1 Han. You can possibly get like a much better weight. Yeah. So now it's like a really wide Shantan, like 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9 so, as well as that's not one of them.
But yeah, it does give you the choice to go back to considering toy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he cuts the 8-so. He loses like the ability to accept 8-so, 9-so. There are 3 9-sos out, so it's not as much of a loss. But you also lose 8-so and 6-so. And that 5-so pawn, so probably isn't.
Yeah, it's a bit awkward now for Forte. Yeah.
But if you want that toy, it doesn't matter, I guess.
Yes. So yeah, Eitekite Tempai for the Tanya. Tanya Nomi.
Tanya Nomi. Forte also Tempai waiting on 2-so, 5-so, of which 3, like 6 are already called by KTK. So.
Yeah. Chankan would have been funny, but yeah. So Eitekite sumos his Tanya Nomi.
Yeah. Ends Forte's last dealership and Forte still last. So they're in a tough spot. It is still possible for them to come first, but they need some like big hands.
Yeah, and he hasn't really had the opportunity this game to really cash in on anything.
No.
Apart from the Shosangan, yeah, but
yeah. One like a small hand here, like.
Yeah, but they need points. They need like a 50, 60, 70k victory
Yeah. If they can win 3 Mangans, they can finish first, and then that still leaves them like kind of with enough room to kind of keep taking first and getting above that point threshold. It won't be easy.
Absolutely not, no.
No. Especially like the way other teams will be playing, but
yeah, so now FSZ here, so Rod of Run, obviously very safe up in second for now. He's already got a first place in this game as well currently. So it'll be interesting to see how he chooses to play this out.
he knows that at least 2 of these teams are really gunning for those firsts. So he can kind of use that. He knows Forte has to go for big hands.
Yep.
So Forte will be at FZ's mercy if he just keeps winning small hand after small hand and racking up a bunch of little points.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think as FZ, you kind of like can do whatever. You can either go for those like slow big hands, but I think going for like those fast hands is also.
Yeah, you're not too strapped for points. You've already got a small lead currently. Obviously, that can be done away by Deal Among Gun in a second, but
yeah.
And AKTK and Forte will be both trying to get larger wins.
In AKTK still has a dealership, so they can still turn it around. Just win like a few Hanchans and end with like 60k. I think FZ just plays normal.
Yeah, it's probably the safest choice.
Yeah, just go for like the sort of point value. Tempai for Forte.
Cheapin through Dora 2.
Cheapin through Dora 2, so it is a big hand.
Pinzu are quite cheap as well. So 2 5-pin.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now you got the other end of the spectrum here. No one really wants to deal into the guy that's in last place and the team that needs the most points.
Yeah, like for AKTK and Ruriel's perspective, like they don't need to fight this hand. Though
yeah, the value's not there.
Like they still have dealerships. If Forte sumos, that's FZ that takes like most of the hit there.
Yeah.
So they'll at least like try to like maneuver their hands safely. And for like FZ, there's not so much incentive to keep their dealership.
Yeah, exactly. Even if FSZ takes a 4th in this game, it's not ideal obviously, but his team they've got a little bit of cushion to work with.
Yeah. So like FZ there could have called for Tempai, and they chose not to because they would have had to push something that they felt wasn't worth it. Like the deal-in rate was maybe too hungry.
This
like either the 6-man or like the 5s. Ooh, Ruriel pushing at 2k.
He was Tenpai on the Fruity 8-man, I think.
Is that a misclick, do you think then?
I'm not too sure. So I'm missing that. I'm pretty sure that was a Tenpai, but yeah, deals into the Mangan from Forte.
Yeah, propels Forte into 2nd place, and they are, with 2 rounds to go, they are Mangan Sumo range of 1st. So
FSZ here with a really nice opening hand.
AKTK building up those pairs.
Yeah, AKTK the dealer. That's Ishan 10 even.
Ishan 10.
But not for much value. Or Richidora. But this hand could
possibly like Ipeko if they draw like the 7.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
That wouldn't give them I was misreading the hand, but it's a bit slow.
It is a
Although
little bit slow, yeah.
could be expensive. It doesn't have that much tile acceptance.
Yeah, that's the issue with these sort of these penchant hands is you're really reliant on drawing exactly what you need.
Speaking of which, there's FZ having 3 of the 7 pins in his.
Yeah, and I think they'll probably stay there.
No, they're quite comfortable. There's a chance it might come out if
That's there
like
you go.
if he draws
Yeah.
that and gets Tempai.
Tempai on a Sun Menchan, wait, yeah.
Yeah.
So 147. All the fours on a 1-4's in the bond. 2 of the ones are in.
Oh no!
That's really bad for Forte, but yeah.
Forte, basically no safe tiles, so I have to cut the pair of the 1-4s. Understandable. At least, like, if you're gonna have to push something, you push something that's slightly safer and get you a more expensive hand. But
Yep. Unfortunately, it does deal into the Mongon.
Patsu, yeah.
On the Ipatsu, yeah. So now.
Realistically, for Forte to take first, which is what their goal should be, how many points are they behind FZ? 20, 26?
25-5.
Yeah, so that's like a Sanbaimon sumo, I think, or a direct Baimon, unless someone throws a stick in.
Yeah, real quick, AKTK with this high pie had 8 uniques for Kokushi. He sat there for a bit, thought about it, but
I thought about it. I think you'd go for it, right?
You're in second. It's not like
second enough.
So Aero Rangosaurus, they are currently about 70 points behind 5th. So who was Tile Dreaming, who was in last place? So that gap's gonna be a bit shorter. I feel like I like going for the Kokushi here because if you get it, it's great. If you miss out on this hand, you've got probably plenty of safe tiles to fall on.
Yeah, I think. Because I don't think there's a regular hand that's faster.
No, I don't believe so. Tempai on the 5/8 so here for Burial, by the way.
Is I guess if you cut all these like center tiles, you end up feeding the dealer, and then they can just get a hand quickly.
Yeah.
See, even perhaps dealer wouldn't have been Tempai as quickly if they held on to the east. It's yeah. In any case, Tempai now waiting on 5/8 so.
Yes.
I think AKTK is in danger. If they keep pushing, I wouldn't be surprised if they're just like, no.
No, you've got no reason to push here. You can just sort of throw your safety for now. I mean, if he gets into a Tempai later with a, with value, but I mean, Freedadora are in FSZ's hand.
I wonder what FZ would do.
Let's have a choice here. So I mean, that's coming. You're pushing here with Freedora.
I mean, they see that the dealer almost certainly doesn't have that expensive.
No. If you're seeing a pawn from the dealer in South 4 when they're in last, more often than not, you can expect they're cheap. Yeah, generally.
More that you can just count. You see 3 doors.
Or you see the Dora as well, yeah, exactly. Like, what's the worst? Maybe. I mean, you couldn't even have Sananko.
Aka2.
Aka2, Ton, Honitsu, maybe, but.
Yeah, it's if you, I think it's not a hand that you're probably not going to lose first place, and kind of want to cash in those points.
Yeah.
With all those where you have, so.
Yeah, so talking about safety on the first place, on the other end of things, going into top 4, obviously we do have the halving of points. So the teams that are making the cutoff are still looking to gain themselves a bit more of a cushion.
There's definitely no reason to turn down free points if you can get them.
Yeah, no. If you get gifted a Dora Anko, you're gonna try and cash it in.
Yeah, you don't have to play
Especially when he's also looking at potentially a Sanango in that sort of hand. But yeah.
Yeah. Dealer opens, securing their Yaku.
Securing the Yaku. They're holding onto the Dora for now. They pair it. That'll be great. If not, they can throw it on...
Tunky weight on it.
Or a Tunky weight, yeah. Hey, Tunky.
To see what Forte would do. I think they've chosen for the Sanshoku.
The Sanshoku?
It pays off.
There we go.
In a sense that they get Tenpai for it, but will help them get third. I don't know if it's enough for second. Richie Sanshoku is without any Dora, won't be enough. If they sumo, I think it'll be enough to take second.
Sumo is what, 7? No, 5.
It'll be 2039.
Yeah.
Or with one Honba, like 2001. It'll be like 8,200 points.
Which would be enough for second.
Second, yeah, but I don't know if second is enough. So I was wondering if
they
would go down the
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just sort of the choice you have. I guess from Forte's point of view, you do have to deal an opening with another Yaku Hypon. He's a Khan. 2-pin, which Forte does have one.
Forte and a Dora, but I think Dealer showed everyone that he is Tempo. Did manage to pair up that Dora. So
yeah.
With all the extra food they get from the Khan, I think almost a manga already. It should be massive. Put them at the second, and if it's a direct hit off our FZ, could be enough to challenge first. So FZ's holding. It's saying no more of this. Cool. And unfortunately,
yeah.
Dealing that Khan gives them enough value to take. I think
Yeah, so definitely.
So Forte manages to finish second. Kind of bad news for everyone. Forte kind of really would have preferred it first, as well as AKTK and obviously. Doesn't want to lose. Doesn't want his team losing points, but yeah. So everyone leaving the table with mixed feelings, except maybe FZ.
Yeah, it wasn't what any team was looking for in this game. I think, other than FSZ, as you said. So we'll try and see if we can get them in for an interview.
Yeah. Has he been given the role?
Has he been given
the role? He's jumped in. Cool.
Oh, yeah. This is our winner, yes. Hello, welcome, and congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Any thoughts on the Hanchan? First of all.
So I knew that Forte was probably gonna push Ally since his team was kind of desperate for points. So generally I played it pretty safe, but when I had the opportunity to reach, I just slammed it because I knew that the others were probably gonna push to my hand. And our team has a pretty nice lead, but AU and SW Wonders is still quite above us, so I thought it would be nice to farm some points.
Yeah. You have to defend your MVP position.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, I had a question about that. So I think at the towards the end of East 1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I think you had the decision. So here you're trying to washi around Richie from your Toyman, as well as Forte.
The one where I dominated the pink fedora too.
No, the one where you are. Oh no.
Was it this one?
Yes, that one.
The 7th, so wasn't it? Wasn't it this?
Yeah, actually, yeah, this one. Actually, it was this one. So, yeah, I understand not reaching, but decision.
You wonder why I chose 7th over Forso?
Over Forso, or even 3-pin. 3-pin is of course Dora, but
well, I wasn't gonna throw Dora, but I don't think there was that much evidence that Corso was that much safer.
Yeah.
So it was
wasn't.
sort of just like a 50-50.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Forso
but
was
I think-
half Suji, which I mean, yeah, it's not how
Well,
much you
yeah,
can trust
'cause, like,
half
the-
Suji.
The 1-so had come out, so at least it wouldn't deal into sort of 2-3 shape. But 7-so still dealt into like 8-9-so shape. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was just sort of like for you, there was just they were both equally bad. You just happened to pick 7, so.
Yeah, yeah. So if I were defending against Toyman, if it was a Meant for 7-so, I felt that I think because there were already 3 9-sos out, it's less likely that it's like a Penchant.
Yeah.
Sure.
And if it so if it was less likely to Penchant, if it was a Ryawan, then it didn't really matter which one I threw. So, but if it was not a Ryawan, then the 7-so heals in less because there's less chance at a Penchant.
Sure, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, you had a couple other small wins in the East round. Is there anything you want to talk about, Jaffa? Or do you just want to head to the Mangan? Or any
You
other?
can see the manga.
The Mangan, sure.
I think this was like a really early Tenpai. I think you get early Tenpai for Summon Shine, you smash that button.
Yep. Just smash it. Send it.
Yeah, unfortunate for Forte, they sort of put in a position where they kind of have to.
Yeah, like as you sort of said, like he's going to be pushing because his team needs the points. Him and AKTK, they just you slam it on the same mention, like because why not?
It's understandable.
Yeah.
When I played in the Saki online tournament a while back, our team, like we were in a similar situation as Forte's team. Like, when you're behind, it's just it feels so bad because you have to make all these choices where you have to play very high variance, but there's a big chance that you're just not gonna make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's and when others know that you have to play like that, you can get taken advantage of.
Yeah. You don't need to Dharma so much because people are going to push your Regis.
Yeah, the only reason I Dharma the Pink Fedora 2 in the first
one
was because it was Genbutsu to the Richi guy.
Yeah.
I probably could have Richi'd as well. I don't think it would have made that much of a difference in terms of win rate because it didn't look like the other 2 players were folding against the Richi anyway.
Yeah, I think from that since that point, like they were sort of half folding, but not really. Yeah, everyone sort of had some value here, but yeah.
No, I think Forte your Karicha just hard pushes.
Yeah, that's
like their dealership.
That's his dealership. He's got Dora too. He's gonna go.
I think Shimocho is like hard folding though.
Yeah.
Which means that like you said, it's likely if they had another 6 would cut it.
Yeah.
You can make that read, I think.
If they've cut a 6 pin, then probably the next one's gonna come. Yeah.
Well, congratulations once again.
Thank you.
The rich get richer in this sense. I'm not sure how the other game went, but I think it's finished now.
Yeah, they're both finished. Well, we can pull that up now. So nice. That's the seed. Wonderful. So here's the updated standings. After those results, so I'll actually just bring up.
How did the other team?
Yeah, I'll bring them up here. So it looks like ANSW took a victory here.
Okay. So essentially not much change in the at least top 2. Uni Star Fan Club, I think they had a sub.
They had the sub. They subbed early, I believe.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, they'd have to take a penalty for taking the sub. I think another member of their team did play, but unfortunately...
Yes. Yeah, so someone subbed on the hour, but yeah, they still take a penalty for that, unfortunately.
Yes.
And
on top of whatever they gain or lose in the game. Unfortunately, they take a 4, which
that's
kind of
very bad.
That's very rough for them. I think, not mincing words, I think their chances of making it to the top kind of
kind of.
They would need like 100k first almost at this point. If you look at the standings.
Yep. So they are now 365 points back.
Yeah. So that's like about 100k first, which is not impossible, but not realistically. So Unistar Fan Club, they may just decide to like either play like a wildcard plays or just sort of play normally. Make the most of these kinds of the last.
Obviously, we do encourage teams to keep playing normally, but you might see them go for a bit more wilder hands for sure. I think just to see what you can do. We might see a Yakuman, and Forte took a second, but I think it was like +7. 6.9. So didn't really help their position too much.
For them to hit that, say, 200 and let's just say like either Itsuanko or Tanya Sensation take a hit, and they both take a hit, and the threshold becomes 200. That's still like a 300 points.
So they're 365 back. Yeah, Unistar Fan Club's actually 465 back, more or less. So
Urasan still need like a lot of big firsts. I think anything less than a first.
Alrighty. That being said, we'll move on to a quick BRB here. The games will be starting back on the hour, so we'll grab a quick 15-minute break, and we'll be back with game 2.
Look forward to it.
Alrighty. See you soon. Alrighty, we are back. And yeah, just going through the chat, we will be going for a very bloody game. In our second table here, we'll be watching second, third, fourth, and fifth, all playing off for the top 4 spot. As I was saying just before in the chat, these players, I feel like they're all very, like they weren't shy away from conflict. Yeah, Miku, Nijisanji, Miku.
I think that means something else.
Oh, what was that, sorry?
I think that means something else.
Oh, yeah. Like, yeah, they will... I don't think they'll pull punches here.
It's like a bit more balanced. Yeah. So we have, Tanya Sensation, Itsuanko, and Rodden Double Rod leading their position in the top 4. Tanya Sensation and Itsuanko have like a bit more of a tenuous position. They're less than 100 points above Tile Dreaming, who's currently 5th.
Yes.
That's easily can be swapped around in like one game.
Yeah, with that win in the last game for Run Double Run FSZ, I mean, Run Double Run were already pretty comfortably top 2, but obviously now that gap's even increased a bit more. So they can play a bit more normally, but yeah, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, any one of these 3 teams could, at the end of this game, be in 5th.
Yeah. I think it'll be interesting to see how because I think the feeling will be, don't deal into Tile Dreaming.
Yes, that's it.
Don't deal into Tile Dreaming. That's every like hand you deal. Every position is like doubled in a way because you're losing it to your rival who's gaining.
In that sense, it's almost a little bit more like ladder style. You know, you're trying to desperately avoid 4th. You know, assuming, instead of 4th, it's 5th. And then assuming you want to keep Tile Dreaming in 5th.
Yeah, it'll be like it's interesting, I guess, in the sense that Tile Dreaming kind of be playing like I want to. They're kind of lucky in a sense, and they've got 2 of their rivals just right in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they don't come first, if they can get like a really good hit off either 1 or 2, both of those from them, they've had like a good game. Like, I don't care if I come first, if I can make you take like a negative. So we could see blood today.
Yeah, that's sort of how I'm feeling. I was just trying to check if Cheese was in Tenpai, not quite. Looking at Cheese though, no, that's yeah, that's a good draw. He's looking at me, maybe a 2-3-4 Shanshoku. I'm not good enough at reading weights.
That's not.
That is not quite, yeah.
3-4, but it is Tenpai for Tiny Richie.
Yeah. Oh, immediately deals into Pigyo, who did open very quickly for a Hatsunami. Yeah, we were just sort of talking at the end of our little chat, and yeah, Pigyo opened it and very quickly.
Yeah, they can still be seen. It's like they don't have to aim for a certain position; they just need to not lose any points against Desk.
Yeah.
So getting the game done as fast as quickly is not super bad. There are still 2 Hanchans off. So if you have the chance to build a bit more of a safety net, obviously that's better. But
yeah,
you don't push too hard for sort of extra value. You may not need it.
No, yeah, exactly.
You don't want Desu, like, for example.
Your mic is dying a little bit right now, Jaffa.
Hey?
Your mic is dying a little bit right now. Sorry.
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you. Yeah, now, but you're fading in and out a bit.
Yeah, okay. That was definitely not me going back and forth. It might be either my mic or my...
Yeah, either or. Well, this hand so far, so yeah, Pigyo just opened up with the South Yakuai. He's also obviously got the Perchun as well.
Another quick cheapish hand. Cheese pawning the 9, so I think that's like a hard commit to sort of a Honitsu type.
Yeah, so this was a very early pawn as well, which is, yeah, I think it was the second, before he second this card. I think the 6-pin was the
they
cut.
Probably like took a look at their shapes and the 2 Dora they have, and like I don't want to like hope just like bank on the wall gives me what I need. I'm gonna like force a Yaku here.
Yep.
What is it? A Honitsu, Shinitsu, good enough for me.
Yeah. Cheese, Itsu Anko just above the cutoff. I mean, they are the cutoff essentially, right? He will be looking to try and. Well, obviously, you're always looking to win, but you want to get yourself out of that 4th position. That's the position that people are aiming for.
Yeah. Pigio is sort of transitioning to a Toy as well. That would give him a Mungun at least. Even more if they get like a Sananko as well. Desu.
Speaking of Sanankos,
nice hand together. They're Tenpai, but they choose not to reach you.
Hopefully.
Interesting, I guess. Maybe.
Probably
Not what they're waiting for though. There is the Ippei Ko upgrade. They lose their chance. They probably just saw 2 8-pins and felt they weren't going to win it. So yeah, and they can go so far as to fold. Not gonna push the 5 serve against 2 open hands.
Yep. The Khan opened up another 4-so.
Oh god, poor Cheese though. Like, pushing that Honitsu so early, but just not getting any draws to help him out. And of course, Miku's like, I'm just gonna let you drown them.
Yep. And
I don't need a feed dealer. There are Shinitsu and the Dorasu.
Yeah, well, that was what, 0 Tempos?
0 Tempos, I think. Yeah. The scores are unchanged since the end of East time.
Yeah.
And we are already East 3. Those dealerships went by in a flash.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Cheese, couldn't find the tiles to fulfill the Honitsu, and was not offered much by Miku.
It was nothing, I think.
Yeah.
They kind of single Sozu.
Yeah.
It's always the risk, I think. Ooh, early Tenpai for Pigio. Dealer Ricci waiting on 6-9 mark.
6-9, so yeah.
Ricci Pinfu Dora? Oh, and it comes out from Desu. That's gonna hurt.
Not great for Desu.
Ura? Yeah, if it hits Ura. Luckily for them, they're spared Ura, but that's been last.
Yeah, dealt into a dealer, Freehan 30. Freehan 30? Yeah.
Yeah. 3 30. Yeah, 5-8.
5-8. So, but yeah, so just like the last game with Forte and Urasan, Desu Tile Dreaming is in 5th. It's not dire, but you want to get out of that spot because this is sort of where the other teams below you are aiming for. So he's gonna be a little bit more push heavy, I think.
Yeah. Like, in a way, they have a weird kind of bit of freedom in the sense that, okay, yes, they need to push and get above these teams, but they don't have to sort of be above both in a way. As long as they kind of they don't need to be above both Tanya Sensation and Itsumaku. They just need to be above one of them.
Yeah.
So in a way, they're still probably disincentivized from making really sort of long pushes. I can't remember how close Desu was to Tenpai there.
Yeah, Tetsu and Miku were both very close to Tenpai. Oh wow!
Oh my god! It's a Ricci Nomi, but it doesn't hit the Apatsumo, so it quickly explodes into a
7-7.
Big hand, yeah, 7-8.
Yeah, 7-8 with the Humber, exactly. And yeah, Pigyo very quickly has pulled themselves up to a 20k buffer almost over the rest of the table.
Yeah. He's showing the others this is how you use your dealership.
Yep. I mean he's
a quick to red charm.
Compare that to say like Desu with that last hand where he did end up dumbering and not going for that Riichi. Picchio then had the opportunity to maybe aim for a 1-2-3 Sanshoku, but as soon as he hit Tempai, he just slammed the button.
Yeah, well, it works. And just speaking of which,
Yeah.
Tempai for Miku.
Riichi Nami on a 4-7 man.
Okay, no, that was number 2.
Yeah.
I think Picchio is in danger. That's unless he can connect that 7-1, we might see it come out.
Yeah. He is? Okay.
Still kind of going around.
Yeah.
Not going the most efficient route, but oh,
that might do it.
Yeah. That saves them.
So we'll leave him with a third pair. He does chooses to cut one now. It'll depend. Yeah, as you said earlier, Thumbnail Sensation. You know, they're not in. They're in third.
Oh no, they've been like doomed to back. They will probably want to keep that door if they're pushing.
7 so Penchan, which is pretty much dead.
7 so Penchan for Desu. They do have like Dora 3, so
yeah.
Of course. Unfortunately, 3 of them are in Miku's hand, and if he draws the 4th, he's gonna press that Khan button.
He will, 100%,
and break Desu's heart. I think. Okay, Desu. Sorry, Picchio. I think folding there.
Yeah, I think he's folded with the second Riichi. Yeah.
Yeah, Miku Sumo's hits Ura, taking them. Extending their second, and then starting the next round off with a pair of the Doriyakuhai. 3 completed Metsu.
Wow.
Yeah, Ishan.
Yep. Miku with a very strong hand, and yeah, Desu our dealer, not terrible, but not fast enough.
Picchio's hand is also lightning fast. That is also, I think,
Ishan. That is also Ishan
10 on the Kutsuki. Not quite. So,
if Picchio wants to wait, they also have a 5-6-7 Sanshoku.
That's Tempai, but Riichi Nomi, they don't want it. That's fair enough.
Lastly, Cheese, also with a very fast hand.
Yeah, they're Ishan 10. It's only Desu who's drawn it. It's just what
7p,
yeah. Also Ishan 10.
That's Cheese's
Cheese gets there first, waiting on the 3-6 pin. 5 in the wall still.
Another rebuts. That's Mangan already, no Ura.
Mangan already, and no Ura though, but it does push them into second and makes Desu pay that Oyakaburi.
Oh yeah.
They are very far behind. They are last dealer, so they do have.
They last dealer, and they've instantly Sumagiri that Forso, so we're looking at least a Chanta here.
Chanta, probably Junchan Sanshoku.
Yeah, definitely in the cards.
Oh, it's a really good draw for that.
But yeah, so we'll have to see how that develops. Miku, our dealer, pretty good shapes. Oh, that's a good draw. Not so much in the way of value. Yeah, the value won't be good, but you know, you're dealer, so you're not too fussed.
Yeah, you just Riichi and get that Apotsumo like everyone else.
Yeah, everyone else is getting it. Like, it's your turn now, right? Desu's this hand. Oh my god.
Desu's hand is building up.
I want to see the 8 pin come out here. I think
8 pin.
Yeah.
You see 2 9 pins out, or 3 9 pins.
Yeah.
So your ability to make like an Ipeiko.
But yeah, she's of another lightning fast hand as well.
Yeah, Tanyao. Could open for Tanyao. But I think he might want to just take close.
Yeah, cut a Forso here.
Is there a Sanshoku chance? I think you keep the Forso. But they are furry 10 if they keep that Sunman-chan. But it is a good Sunman-chan.
It's a good Sunman-chan. That's, yeah.
The shape in Sozu is like a really strong weight. They might just cut down the pin to shape to avoid a furry 10.
He does, yeah. Okay.
And if they
They've kept the Sanshoku.
shape.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if they draw, not quite. If they draw a 4-mon, they will have a really wide weight with a Takemare 6-so weight, which would give them Tanyao and Sanshoku. 9-so would give them
Tenpai for Desu.
Sanshoku and Pinfu, and they'd also have Tanya for the other weights. Desu waiting on this 2-so. We see 2 out already. But it is hard for other people to use in their hands. If they win this, that is a Junchan, Sanshoku, Dora 1. So that's Hanemon.
Hanemon, yeah.
And I think
Tenpai for cheese.
I think he just reached
Yurichi, and you got a San Menchan.
Oh, it's a 3, 6, 9, 5, 8. So wait. And cheat.
Yeah. So Desu's forced to chase.
Like, I can't fold this. Oh no!
And it's Dora.
No. It's a Dora. Hits Ura. Doesn't increase the hand score, but
increases the mental damage.
Mental damage, and you lose the Ricci stick. That is so rough.
Unfortunately, Desu, that was a good hand too.
They had a Hanuman Dama.
Yep.
If they hit Ura, that's a Kabaimon. Or Sumo. So that's just tragic. And that propels Cheese into second. Still behind Pigio, but that's like worst case scenario for Desu at the moment to finish fourth and your 2 rivals gaining a bunch of points.
Yeah, no, it's not looking too good for Desu. Luckily, as you said earlier, he does have the last dealership, so you've got that to work with. But yeah, it's gonna be an uphill climb from here, obviously.
Yeah, because like when it gets to that last dealership, every other team is gonna be like 1K, 1K, set 10, set 10.
Yep.
And like I think Miku might just do whatever. He'll just build whatever.
Yeah, and Miku's fine to do whatever. He's not in danger of a last place here. It's pretty unlikely.
We'll see. But like we might see some like sushi comments or just like deliberate deliberate feeding just to kind of get Desu off their dealership. So they don't challenge Cheese or Pikio.
Yeah.
It is not bad BM. It is just
that is strategic play in Mahjong. This is sort of what I was saying earlier. Like this is what you tend to see a lot in ladder. Is if you're secure and not 4th place, that is when that Sashi Komi does start to come out.
Yeah. Tenpai for Cheese. Dealer Ricci waiting on 3-6 though for Ricci Pinfu. No, just Ricci Dora.
So we see all the Frisos. 2 in Piggy's hand, 1 in Desu's hand. But the other 3 6-sos are all still in the wall. Yeah. The players can make use of them. Desu does have some awkward shapes right now. And obviously, it doesn't matter. But like he's in that position where he needs to push.
Yeah. I think, especially like from Ishan 10.
Yeah.
They might just go for a Yakamon here.
7 with a duplicate is not terrible. But it's not great either. Yeah.
So you're floating like.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna go standard.
There's other paths to big hands. But...
So Cheese did hit Ura to make that dealer Ricci Amanga in the end as well.
So they're very much in first now. Miku has the Ankana 4 pin. Probably won't Khan just yet. They really have no reason to, but it would also be funny. So you need to do that.
Yeah. That is the best. The reason, isn't it? Yeah, I don't need to, but it would be funny.
Yeah. Like imagine, they calm the 4 pin, and then Cheese is like,
oh yeah.
Oh my god, what do I do now? Okay. They go for the Hanchans, so I think it's a pretty straightforward one.
Yeah.
2 Japanese, and you have your other shapes. Just You call away. You call what you can. Senpai, take the moment.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you are pretty clear of last place right now as Miku, but
You're not worrying about so much about last place. You're just trying to see like, oh, what can I play?
Well, yeah, that too. Like that's what I mean. Like you're not too concerned about last place really, but it is just you can't just sit here and do nothing all game either.
No, it's boring as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
No sign of danger. Cheese did cut the
he cut the Aka.
5, so probably just trying to float Cheetoy / Suanko. That Ishan 10, so give up on the Cheetoy
in the
and the Suanko, but for the slightly wider Ishan 10.
Yeah, Cheese doesn't need to push Yakumans here.
Well, he has Dora too already.
He also has Dora, yeah.
If he reaches, that's already like said.
Yeah, Miku's hand's looking pretty good right now, I think.
Miku's hand's looking pretty good. It looks less and less likely he will Khan though.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing the Khan. Yeah, I guess.
I can't imagine Khan happening here.
I guess the awkward thing is he might be stuck waiting on the 6-9 pin.
Alright, okay. A Khan might happen here.
I would probably Khan here. Well, you're leaving the choice open. You could
if he pawns the
Haku 4-pin, yeah. Ah, now we can't.
Now Khan. Get the Dora.
Just get another Dora, why not?
Waiting on the Dora. We see all of the 6 pins, so they won't come out.
Yeah.
Alright, so Cheese sees that Miku probably has a Honitsu.
Mm-hmm.
In the Dora suit.
Yeah.
There is a Kabe on the 4 pin, but like where are the lower pins to?
Yeah, that's the question.
He sees like 3 of them.
You see a 2 pin. You see the ones in your hand. Oh, there's the last 9 pin as well.
There's the last 9 pin. I think it'll just keep cutting Sozu.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, there's one more 9 pin.
Yeah, it's in Pigio's hand. And now.
They're Tenpai.
He's Tenpai.
No. Would they have a free 10? Yeah, they would have been free 10 if they took it. And they have to cut the Dora against Miku's.
Actually wasn't Tenpai, but it is now.
Oh, it is now.
And yeah, you're looking at the obvious Honitsu. Your dealer, your Kamicha has thrown 1 Sozu all game.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way you could push a Dora into this. I mean, look at even that Desu as well. 0 Pinzu in the pond.
Well, Pinzu, like I think Desu's just trying not to feed Miku.
Yeah, no, exactly.
It still doesn't stop him from getting to Tenpai for that non-gun. I think Haneman if they runs up the 9 pin.
Yeah, but
So
Rikoku.
Everyone's like, not going to give up my first or my second.
No one's very, very sensible play by everybody in that hand.
You can't quite push forever. Sometimes you have to stop.
Yeah, there's brave play and then there's suicidal play.
Yeah. Pigio opening early on the Chun. They have an Anko of the Nan already.
Yes, and Goodora acceptance.
Yeah.
Could change this to a Honitsu. They really, really, really want to, but
yeah, I think it's. I think with that draw,
yeah,
kind of like you just take the Ishan 10.
Yeah, 100%. As
and Tenpai waiting on 6 pin, not
the greatest, but
3 already.
he has upgrades to have happen still.
Yeah. Cheese also looking quite fun. Ooh. They'll probably cut the 9 pin before they cut the
It is
Tenpai now.
You cut the 9 pin. Richie cut 9 pin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dama. He could Dama.
Hakudora 1.
Just to end Pigio's dealership faster, but Ooh.
Now, yeah, Miku's getting closer to Tenpai here as well.
Tenpai for Miku, but they'll have to.
Oh, it is Tenpai
No,
too.
not Tenpai, not Tenpai. Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Ishanten.
Ishanten.
Yeah, no.
In
Miku.
danger of dealing into either if they get the Tenpai. Sides to.
Yeah, it is
not worth it at the moment.
No, it's not really worth it. He has what?
He's just hoarding the winning tiles.
And look at his hand from Desu as well.
Desu pushing that. Still not Tenpai quite yet.
Not yet, and he has 2 awkward shapes to fill. But redundant because Cheese is
extending his first. All that.
Another manga for Cheese.
Another manga for Cheese. And that is so it's down to Desu now. They've got to make big on their last dealership. Could turn it around if they just keep hitting Piggy-O.
Yeah.
Like, even if they let Cheese come first, if they play in a way that just keep hitting Piggy-O so that Piggy-O and Desu switch places, there the 4th is still very, very much alive.
But Cheese is only getting stronger. He's opened with the Chunpon.
Yeah.
Desu needs help for this hand.
Yeah, he's forcing a Tanyao. Piggy-O won't cut them anytime soon, so he might not be able to get more call.
No, Desu will probably be looking to... You've got some extra pairs so you could pawn. Of course, Cheese is not going to let this happen if they can help it.
And Miki's hand is actually like quite good at the moment.
Cheese's Tenpai.
Cheese's Tenpai. Waiting on the 4th, 7th.
Well, I think Desu might be able to lock in these Forsos as his pair.
Ooh, what do you do as Miku here?
As Miku, I would like to see the 6, yeah.
Okay. Maybe you can...
Oh, this might have...
Force value of the 1-2 mon.
So I like this because... Well, I mean, it's kind of... I mean, Miku shapes are sort of... Yeah, they're very nice, but it's hard to make a decision, I think.
There is like the 4, 5, 6 Sanchoku chance.
Yeah.
If you draw like the Forso or complete the Monster shape.
Oh, okay, Desu should be safe from throwing the Forsos now.
Yeah. Miku is... Did not want to cut the 7 mon. I don't know if that's just a fold then.
And now Desu...
hoping...
Sorry, go on.
Maybe hoping that just Desu gets Tenpai and that...
Yeah, it's just now.
Piggy is like everyone's Tenpai. Except for Miku.
Desu just turned himself free Dora. He's waiting on the 2-5, which is hilariously not live.
Very dead.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's not.
Can switch their way.
Yeah, but you're not expecting to, I think. Oh, you see the 2 mons. I don't know.
Oh, Tenpai for Miku.
Tenpai for Miku.
Waiting on the 5-8 so. 8 so is still 1 in the wall.
And now, Jesus has drawn Venudora. I feel like... Yeah.
Like, he sees 3-3. It is like really late discard from Desu. Oh, okay. Does not want to push it. Decides to Mawashi with the
with the Wests here.
The West. Still can't get into Tenpai.
Yep.
Oh, they would have won there, but 8-pin is...
It's a hard call to push the Dora here.
It's hard to push. It's especially now that Dealer is showing a Mungan.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Now Desu, he's got the same sort of worry here, the Forso, but you just have to go.
I think it's. I don't know if any of the Manzu are safer, so that you could keep Tempai while.
There's the 8s. Oh.
That goes to Miku, who snipes second from Pigio.
Yeah.
So that ends Desu's chance to go on a dealer rampage.
And it ends the game, so Cheese does manage to close it out. Good points for Itsu Anko here.
Yeah.
And yeah, Desu unfortunately.
Taking that big fourth, yeah. I think with that kind of score, there's still with 2 Hanchans, there is still a chance to turn it around. But it does make their next few games a lot more demanding, and that they will need to sort of go for like a sort of first or nothing approach, at least for probably both of those games.
Yeah.
It's Tanya Sensation took a bit of a hit there, like -30, I think. But that's still like 150 points to make up.
Hello, Cheese. Congratulations.
Hey, thank you.
See, you've invited yourself in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gifted us the replay as well, because obviously we can't put him into the Discord right now.
Yeah, so how all your feelings about that game, like your strategy and how you want to approach it?
Yeah, the strategy was mostly, well, I don't know, it was a rough game because both Tanya Sensation and Tao Dreaming was on our table.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously first is first, but worst case, like the other best case scenario is come second with Tao Dreaming and Tanya Sensation below.
Yep.
But well, we got the best case scenario, so.
Yeah, great hands from you, obviously. Plenty of Munguns.
Yeah, it wasn't looking so well at the start when Pigo like won a couple of hands. I was like, oh god. But yeah, it came together like towards the middle, and then.
Yeah, I think it was
So yeah.
In these 3, Pigio is like has a 20k lead essentially. Actually, yeah. Oh, I want to talk about East 2. I think you had an early 9 soap on.
There's actually a lot of hands that we can talk about.
Yeah.
It's not here.
Yeah, right here. So yeah.
Yeah. So I have Dora too.
Yep.
It's like I could pass it, but I sort of wanted a chance to on it too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe if my Manzu block was more towards the middle, I'd sort of like it more. But even though I have Dora 2 and a completed Mansu, the rest is kind of a mess. So I just sort of shoved it into Onitsu. Though before the game, my Kami chart did say he was gonna like screw with my placing, so I guess he just shibori'd the Sozu the rest of that hand.
Yeah, like he did not cut a single Sozu.
Yeah,
though he did not draw a single one like afterwards.
Yeah, though while that was happening, eventually I was okay if it just went to the end and everyone was no turn. Because like I said, my analysis of that hand at the start, even though it was Dora 2, wasn't too great. So I was okay if it just went to Rikoku.
Okay, so it wasn't too disappointing to lose.
No, not really. Oh, well, obviously it'd be great if I just drew like 5 Sozu in honors, but
yeah.
You drew a few honors?
Yeah, but it is sort of you kind of got stuck.
Yeah, I drew the Hatsu pair after
it
got discarded. Yeah.
Yeah. It's Oh yeah, well, actually we did comment. Q is in a position where he's like he can just choke you out of like everything.
Yeah, though he did say he was going to get also Zensu against me, so which I think he did sometimes.
There was definitely a couple of hands I noticed where, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember if there were like any positions where it was like a clear Zensu push.
Yeah.
What else did you want to talk about? Yeah.
Alright, let's go to South 1.
Yep. This was the really.
Oh wait, no, sorry. Before that, let's go. Wait, is it? Let me just quickly.
You want
have a
East
look.
4? East 4 was your first win.
Yeah, but there's nothing special about that.
Yeah,
so.
I didn't think so, yeah.
Just okay. Let's look at South 1.
Turn you up a bit.
So is that at the 2-pin draw?
Yeah, let's go to the
Or
2-pin draw.
6-pin draw?
No, 6-pin draw. Sorry, yeah.
Ah, that was...
God, that threw me for a mess.
Yeah, I was like, we were talking about like how you would play. I think I agree with you.
Obviously, the max is to just chuck 8, so.
Is it?
Yes, but then you get the 147 pin for each enchants.
Yeah.
So yeah, I threw it into like 10/2 afterwards. And yeah, if you try to avoid the 147 pin, then getting rid of the 2-pin or the 6-pin is the best. So
Yeah, I think 2-pin because you keep the really wide weight in Sozu, and you have disaster if you chance alive.
exactly,
And
that
and
was
you
my
kind of
plan.
you don't confirm Tanyao, but at least like you get yourself a better chance.
Yeah,
And
I was
not
eyeing
very
the Sanshoku. So
Yeah.
Did you know what Desu had?
what Desu had?
Did you? They had a Junchan Sanshoku.
My Junchan Sanshoku.
Yeah.
Well,
But
if
you
my
get-
5-man Chan lost to that, that'd be really sad.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
They dealt it on the door instead.
Yep. Okay, and then South 2 was normal.
Yep.
South 2 1. Let's go to that.
Was that the push or like the fold against
Yeah.
Or was it our South 4, I think?
So let's go to turn
This one?
15 maybe? Yeah. When I do the 3-pin?
Ah, yeah, okay.
Great. So
Ah,
obviously
yes, right.
Oh, yes, this moment.
the 9-sos are dead. So the Shampoo's not that good.
Yep.
And then there's a pay pawn with 2 Pinzu door indicators.
Yeah.
I am pretty much safely in first at the moment.
Yeah.
There's a 5-pin Tadashi, so they could be
Right.
Tenpai.
There's a
So
4-pin Kabe, but you see 0.
No of the lower
No
pins.
lower
there.
pins.
Yeah, hardly any lower pins there. So I just went with the 9-so because I only lose the 2 9-pins, which, you know, I thought that maybe Miku has 1 and, you know, the other one might be someone. It's like it's hardly a loss. And then if I draw a 7, so I don't know what I do.
Yeah.
But anyways,
sure.
went with that, drew the 9-pin, but then we just folded the rest mostly.
Yeah, you drew one
Like, yeah.
straight away. Yeah, and then yeah.
I mean, yeah, because like you're looking at that and it's like 3-pin. It's probably not gonna be like a 3-pin Shan pawn if they can't the 4-pin, but like 1-2-pin Shan. That's
Yeah.
Where are they? Where are they? Yeah. So I think yeah.
Yeah, no, I fully agree with the decision you made here. I think because yeah.
Oh, and then the round right after. Let's go to the Ricci when I Ricci.
Which was it you? No, that's not tempo. Here we
One
are.
more maybe.
Yeah.
Alright, so I was thinking about whether Dharma. I think standard gameplay wise, obviously you Dharma and just move the Hanchan along. But I thought, you know, I think the extra points matter. So
yeah, no, that was more or less my thought at the time. It's like you are in first, but you do need just more points are good at this point, you know.
And you know, it's early. Deal is not going to hold. I don't think, given the point difference, Desu can really fold.
No.
So didn't think it changed too much. And yeah, I got the Mangan.
It doesn't lower your win rate, too much.
No, I don't think it lowers my win rate that much. So
no,
it's just more if you, I guess, want to fold if you draw something bad.
Yeah, and I thought afterwards I was never gonna fold.
And and like if you don't reach then you're probably just as likely to deal in because others are just gonna advance their hand more.
Yeah,
like
no,
for example,
sure.
Miku, they might get that Hana Mongun that they're kind of building at the moment.
Yep. And then we move on to the very last hand where I did catch the end of that, folding the Juso.
Holding the Shah against the door.
Yeah. So I basically just asked myself, is would Toyman pawn 2-so and then have 3-4-so waiting on 2-5-so?
And the answer was they could.
Yeah, the answer was they could, though somewhat unlikely, but yeah, it was enough.
They had like a really late 3-so Tadashi.
Yeah, but if you think about what hands you would pawn 2-so with and have a 3-so and have 3-4-so afterwards, you ask yourself, why would you pawn 2-so in the first place?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It was kind of weird. But yeah, given that there was a possibility and there was not really a reason for me to push, I just folded.
Yeah. Well, like the reason is like that Desu might go to deal rampage. One person.
Yeah, but you're looking at the rest of the table that you can probably assume at least someone else is also Tenpai.
But that's okay. If you deal into Miku or Pigio.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, but they could also win and end the game now as well. Like, you don't have to risk your points here.
Well, yeah, exactly what Veggie said. Like, you can deal into them, but you know, you might just lose 8k. It's not that much difference from dealing 12k into a deal.
Yeah.
Well, no, because that 12k is to your direct rival who will challenge you for 4. If you deal into Tanya Sensation, like your placement doesn't change. Like you might get closer to 5th, but not like as badly as if you dealt into 5th directly, right? Because you can imagine, like, all right, yeah, you lose 8k, but losing 8k to dealer is like double.
I get.
In a way. Yeah.
Like you can make arguments because let's say it's Tanya Ron Devil Ron's probably like definitely making top 4, and then Tanya Sensation. Let's say they would make top 4. If I'm dealing into them, that goes forward into the top 4. So you can make the argument either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, just fold.
Just fold. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Fold is just fine. If dealer wins, you just try and get
go again. Yeah. Like if dealer wins, like yeah, he turned over the 2-so.
If dealer wins, I might just win another manga in the next time.
That's exactly. If dealer wins, like it's just like yeah, so what? Like you're maybe expecting a Tanyao early on, but then obviously that can't change things. But yeah, they're not. It's not a huge win for them. You can just come back next hand and win. It's the same situation.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they cut the 4 man, so they probably not pair 4 man. So it's Mangan probably.
Yeah, it's Mangan probably, but yeah, and like what else is it gonna be? Yeah.
It could be a Hanuman if they get like 2 more Dora, but you're just like wondering like where can they? If they had like a pair of 4 mans and they drew the 3rd one and just decided to cut it because they wanted the better weight, maybe.
Yeah, it's not really too much about how expensive it is. It kind of deal in, and
yeah,
the answer was maybe. So
yeah, no, fully, yeah, completely understand that. Oh well, you know, congratulations.
Yeah,
is the other game still going?
I believe so.
Maybe we can just check that out.
Never know.
You can stay on commentate as well if you want.
They were on South 1 when I last looked. Oh, they just finished.
So we'll maybe catch the catch South 4 for that.
South more or less, yeah.
Oh no, AKTK.
Yeah, not great for
the AKTK Aeromegasaurus, I think.
Yep, they were 6th. Question mark?
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's actually probably not going to be enough. Good effort.
Yeah, like, great effort for Forte to try and recoup the losses from the other game, but
Oh no, he gained some top game, but.
Oh well, no, so yeah, no, he did gain in the end. Sorry, I forgot he was right at the end. Yeah, AKTK has been pummeled, unfortunately. And the ARMA sub, who I can only assume is either Genesis or Totoro, has also had middling game.
Yeah, but they still have their dealership. They're Isha 10.
And
ooh, He calls this Tenpai waiting on the 1/4, so which gets drawn by Frosty.
Frosty, yeah, plays for ANSW.
Oh, this Forte. Yeah, they have one more dealership. They can take first. They don't need it, but they can. I think you just push as Forte, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Chooses not to.
Once keeper first. Ooh,
Just trying.
You have to. I don't know. Have you played as a sub before, Cheese? Like, how do you play in ARMA sub's position?
Well, frankly, we don't set a rule for how the sub should play, as long as it's just consistent with how they normally play. So.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. So you just play a normal game. You just use your normal.
You just play yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
Correct.
Well, like in this position, are you playing like? I guess the player's like, oh, I want to come first.
If I were ARMA sub, I would just, well, since he was the dealer, I would have just played to keep winning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I figured.
And now I would probably play for third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Forte won that hand. Mawashi didn't manage to get into Tenpai before the ARMA sub dealt in. I mean, the ARMA sub is always going to take -50, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is a big win for Forte.
Big win for Forte for Urasan. Yeah.
I don't know if it's enough to really help them out that much. I think they still need like 2 big.
Let's have a quick look here. Can't find where is it? Okay. Alright, so you have put in the points.
Yes, the points have been in, so maybe we'll wait for this.
Yeah, so I mean, just thinking about it, so just before, I'll just try and do some mental math real quick before
I'm
that.
assuming Forte, the game ends as is.
Yeah.
Urasan, I think, is still minus.
They were at -100 coming into this game.
So they might be like -20.
Yeah.
I think from Forte and like future Urasan members that they just want to keep racking up points regardless of their score because they're going to need first and more.
Yes.
So
yeah.
You don't need to think about holding your first place or anything.
No.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think bottom line is that. What do you do in AKTK's position?
AKTK is an Eremangosaurus.
Yeah, they also need points.
Yeah, they also need points, but given the state now, you're not gonna rank up.
Yeah, so Eremangosaurus. Sorry, go on, Jaffa.
Do you take just any win that you can get? Like, do you just take this tempo?
Well, I think you have to reach it.
You have to reach it, yeah.
Yeah.
At this stage, you're almost definitely not getting second. You just need to reach. You need to salvage what points you can. I mean, this isn't a bad hand.
Someone might go, well, oh, what if you deal in and come last? But there really won't be much difference if Kami charges sumos and you coming last in terms of you trying to qualify for the top 4. So you need those extra points, which he does.
Which he does get,
getting an extra like 9,000 there.
Yeah, definitely worth.
So
with that,
the end of today.
So at the end of today, positions are more or less the same as going into that Hanchan.
Ooh, I think Tile Dreaming and Eremangosaurus switch places.
Tanya Sensation into Anko swapped. Tile Dreaming and Eremangosaurus, yes, they also did swap. Yeah, because Desu did take that 4th, whereas AKTK only had a 3rd. And Desu's 4th was pretty bad, so.
But it's not so much consolation. I think they still need a lot of work now. But it does kind of put Itsuanku in a fairly safe position.
Yeah.
You're Itsuanku. What do you feel now?
Well, so I was actually going to give a summary of this top 8 for our team.
Sure, go
as
ahead.
the captain. In the first 30 Hanchans, the top 14, I think Rachel or Queenie carried our points very much into the top 8.
Yes.
But unfortunately, in these games, she, I think she got a 4th and a 3rd.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, couldn't get it rolling. But in that previous week, after her 4th, we had triple firsts. So that put us in the top 4, and then carrying on into this week, hopefully the rest of our team can carry us through.
Yeah, I think you need to take some pretty bad fourths to like Aeromangosaurus and Tile Dream to sort of drop out.
Yeah, the good news for Aeromangosaurus and Tile Dreaming is that at least for the first game tomorrow, they will be against Tanyao Sensation. So if any of them get a first and Tanyao Sensation gets a 4th, that will really pull the 4th place benchmark down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way the scheduling is designed is that 4th and 5th will also always fight off against each other in the final.
Correct. So I think
there's an opportunity for 100 points to switch there.
Yeah, correct. So I think this second table of this next Hanchan is going to be really, really important for who qualifies into the top 4.
Yeah, this fight for between this fight between 3rd to 6th is very much the one. And I mean, depending on how Urasan plays in the very next Hanchan, they can also put themselves into contention as well. They need a lot of points, and they need other things to go their way. But yeah, they're not. Compared to like the UD Star Fan Club, who are almost definitely, completely knocked out at this point. No, it's still tons to play for. It's not going to be decided until the very last Hanchan, I don't think.
I think Cyber in Discord has said, let's just declare AU and SW to be the Season 3 champion. Remember that the points do get halved after this game. So
I think, if I recall I don't know if it was last season's finals or the first season's finals, first place was ahead by a ton of points going into the finals, but I think they got a load of force.
Yeah, you gotta save those. You gotta save that flow. If we take scores as is, AU and SW goes on to 335. Run Devil Run is on 200 and
60-ish, 270. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So the
already
difference
within a
actually is-
single. That's already within a single game swing.
Correct.
So, and of course there's more than one Hanchan. So it doesn't.
Yep.
It doesn't. It can take just one game to swing it around. So let alone 10.
Yeah, it's 8 full Hanchans with all the same teams on the same tables in the finals.
Yeah,
so you can get a ton of.
Yeah.
I think it was the first season. Yeah.
Come from the other team. So
Exactly.
big swings.
Yeah, no, I think it was that first season. I don't remember who it was, but yeah, someone went in with a massive lead, and then the finals was absolutely devastating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think
every time.
Yeah, I think that's a really nice. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you use up all your flow, get to the finals, and then it's just can't win any of your Riichi. Yeah, always dealing on the Apatsu when you get chased.
Yeah.
Just look at it.
I do think that's a nice thing that we've done with this format, where these 38 Hanchans, I believe, we're playing into the finals. It's a large amount of games, and some formats you might just cut it off and everyone starts at 0, and you play for the finals.
No, I prefer this format for sure.
Yeah, but I do you get a little bit of an advantage into the finals if you get a ton of points in these first 38 games, but not enough that they can still be a large swing of points.
Yeah, you're still insensitized to get points because it does give you an advantage going to finals, but because it does get halved, it's not overwhelming. Like this lead of what is it? It's right now about 135. It's going to go down to 70-ish points. That's one Hanchan.
Yeah, easily. Not even like a first. It could just be like a first and second.
Yeah.
In terms of like placement differences. And yeah, so if you think about it like that, imagine if we had say 20 more Hanchans to decide the winner, because that's effectively what it is.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's
Except just the results of each Hanchan would be doubled.
all right. With that, we'll wrap this up here. Thanks for joining us for these games. Tomorrow you'll have Jay, and I believe it's Daske. I don't recall who he's got. I think he mentioned it at some point to me. But yeah, regardless, you'll have Jay and you'll have someone to wrap it up for you. Super exciting games. You guys will have an absolute treat to see how this ends out. Thanks for joining me, Jaffa, and cheers for the end of this. Pleasure having you go as always. Not that one. Here we go. And yeah, we'll be back again 8 o'clock tomorrow. And then after that, do we have another break before finals, or is it just going straight in?
No, I believe we're going straight in.
Straight in. Alrighty. And I believe also for finals, you'll have me and Jay for all the games doing dual commentary.
Really?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Jay has to play at least one.
Jay's playing at least one, but yeah, other than that one, yeah, he'll have both of us. I think he said he's trying to train.
I'd like him to play more than the bare minimum, but I guess yeah, it can't be helped.
Yeah, but yeah, no worries. Thanks for catching us. Hope everyone has a good night or a good day.